In a blatantly obvious attempt to pander to people's nostalgia, 20th Century Studios has announced that the sci fi thriller Alien Romulus will be released not just on DVD, Blu ray, or 4K, but on video home cassette.
'Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side.
Hi everyone, my name is Jacob Berry. Welcome to the StudioJake vidcast where I talk about all things pop culture. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to ring that little bell so you get notifications when I post a new vidcast onto YouTube, and consider becoming a channel member. No, you did not hear my intro incorrect. Harkening back to the early days of the 90s and into the 2000s, it has been announced that 20th Century Studios, formerly 20th Century Fox, before Disney acquired them in a brutal deal that seemed to not be so good for Disney, they are releasing Alien Romulus, the latest of the Alien franchise, onto VHS. Buckle up because this story is kind of funny, but also a little odd. This is from Tech Radar. One of the things I really love about Alien and its sequels is their distinctly low-tech take on high technology. This was a universe of interstellar travel, cryogenic freezing, and other wonders run on 1970s computer tech with big clacky buttons and green-hued CRT displays, a design decision that was also carried across the Alien Isolation video game. So it's nice to see that Alien Romulus is committed to the retro futuristic vibe too, so much so that it'll be released on fully functioning VHS tape in December with a 4:3 aspect ratio with a vintage style sleeve. The news comes via The Verge, which hasn't been able to confirm how many copies of the tape there will be or how much it's going to cost. It's clearly intended to be a collector's item rather than something you'll watch more than once, if at all. Now, I have not seen Alien Romulus, so I'm not prepared to give you a review. I can certainly say from other reviews that I have watched with non-spoiler things in them is that it didn't seem like really my type of thing. Now, I have seen all the Alien and Predator films, all of them. I wouldn't still call myself like a huge fan of the franchise. Like, I don't go out on my way to purchase the video games or read the tie-in novels. Just not my jam as much. I do appreciate the movies for what they were, less so some of the Alien sequels, but they can still be a lot of fun. So Alien Romulus, it was released earlier in 2024, stars Kaylee Spaney, Isabella Merced, David Johnson, Archie Renew. I hope I'm pronouncing those names correctly. Let me know if I'm not in the comments below. And it was directed by Fede Alvarez. Of course, Ridley Scott produced it. Honestly, when it comes to Alien franchise, I feel like it's one of those franchises that just has been around too long. Really, it didn't need even a second one, although please don't get me wrong, I love the second one. I think it's fantastic. I like Alien 1, I like Aliens, and I like Alien 3 because I'm kind of biased. I'm a big David Fincher fan. I think that movie is underrated and overhated. I'm not saying it's as good as the first two, but it's definitely been over criticized. It didn't need to be. I think it's kind of funny because David Fincher in Fight Club, there's a scene where members of the Fight Club kind of raid this Blockbuster and they destroy an alien kiosk where they have the VHSs where you can rent. As for specifically this move to release it on VHS, I think this is just an attempt to kind of gin up people's nostalgia, right? I mean, millennials certainly, we have a clear attachment to VHSs. It's a lot of fun to look back and do VHSs. I believe the last like official big studio release prior to this one, obviously, is A History of Violence starring Viggo Mortensen. Maybe someone can correct me in the comments, but needless to say, it's been a long time since a studio didn't do it as, some sort of publicity stunt, sort of like 20th Century Studios is doing here. The question is, will it be worth it? I know the movie wasn't really a huge box office success, so this could be an attempt to recoup those losses by releasing it on VHS. Since DVDs have become a thing, the cost of creating VHSs have gone down. I imagine that several studios still have their VHS, whatever you want to call them, copiers somewhere on sites because these places never throw anything away unless it's important for some reason. Whatever the case may be, I think it could be fun. If you're a collector and a huge fan of the Alien franchise, go for it. Check it out. There's nothing wrong with having collector's items, obviously. Go for it, have fun, and don't let people call you a dork for doing it. It's just something fun for people to do. And albeit the studio is doing it obviously for money, but I believe the collectors are passionate and you should collect physical media anyway. I'm a huge proponent of that. Physical media should stay king, especially in an age when streaming services are censoring films, they're cutting scenes out. It's important that we get this, and hopefully with this first release of Alien Romulus on VHS, it won't have a lot of censorship. So yeah, go check it out. If you are a fan of that franchise and you want to have that collector's item, grab it and have a good time. If you like that video, be sure to give it a like, share it out to all your friends, leave me a comment, tell what you think, and don't forget to subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, ring that little bell so you get notifications when I post a new vidcast, and consider becoming a channel member. If you don't want to support me on big tech, I don't blame you. Click on the link to my locals community. It's in the description of the video. You can send me tips for articles that I post there. I don't just repost stuff from StudioJakeMedia.com, my website. I also have exclusive content there. So head on over. You can send me tips for those, or you can become a monthly subscriber. Also, I have books. I've got the supernatural paranormal thriller Cacophony. I've got my high fantasy series, The Seven Royals. I've got Blessed Child, which is my latest fantasy romance novella. You can get all of them on Amazon. Pick one up, leave me a 5-star review. It really helps out indie creators like myself. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time right here on Studio Jake.